Hello and welcome back to my craft room. It's high time I had to catch up on my paper patchwork because I've fallen a bit behind with this. So this is the, let me move my face out of the way, hang on. This is the no sewing paper version of my Celebrating 61 project where I'm doing a slow stitching kind of patchwork. So I'm 61 years old. I was born in 1961. I've thought of 61 things that bring me joy, make me happy, that I'm grateful for, that I want to celebrate in my life at 61. And I've made a little tile for each one. So these are half the size of the fabric ones that I've done. So they're 2.5 centimetre square and the rectangles are 2.5 by 4. And for each time I've pulled the prompt for the fabric version, I've just made a note on one of these of what the prompt was and what colour fabric I pulled. So for instance, this one, the prompt was wildlife and the colours of the fabric were raspberry and orange. This one, the word was telly or TV, and the colours were coral and seaweed. So these are the ones I've already done, and these are the ones I've got to do. You can see I've got quite behind. I decided I was going to pull the whole thing together by having a black and white frame for each one. So I'm using watercolour paper, reasonably heavyweight watercolour paper, because I'm going to be using my Inktense pencils. And if I wanted, really, this will take any kind of wet media or whatever I want to throw at it. But I've settled on a combination of Inktense pencils, paint pens, and these micron pens. I'm using the micron pen because it won't move if I get it wet. All I'm doing with each one is quickly drawing a frame. Could bring that down a little bit nearer, couldn't I? I'm not being too careful about it at all. So on the short sides I'm just dividing it in half and half again, just roughly, and the long sides in half, and then each half into 3 like that. So I'm not too worried about them being completely even, but I do need them to be an even number so that the black and white will alternate. This big fat number 12 micron pen is brilliant. I got that in a score box. I didn't even know they made one as big as a 12. There we go. So I'm doing that, and then then I'm writing the word in all sorts of different ways. So this is wildlife. So with this one, I think I'm going to just divide it up like that, and then just make my writing fit. I like trying out all different styles of letters. There we go. I'll leave that penciled in, and then the next stage will be adding the colour with the Inktense. So I'll just do this little square one, make my frame, and this one was telly, right, or TV. I could make it TV, that'd be easier to, yeah, that'd be easier to fit into a small shape. There we go. So by the magic of video editing, I'm going to go ahead and do all of these instantly. There you go. That was quick, wasn't it? And then for each one, what I've done is into a paint pen, doesn't really matter what it is, it just needs to be a fat one. So I've kind of gone around the edge like this. Oops. So you can see the difference there. I've got a white edge there. I've just run around the edge so that it's all black, so that when I eventually mount it onto a piece of a background, a piece of paper, it will show up against the white. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of these as well. Okay, I think I've got all of them now. So the next stage is to just use my Inktense pencils to make a bit of a colourful background. So for each one, as I said, I made a note of what colour fabric I pulled. So this one was coral and seaweed. So I've pulled out a couple of colours. This is a carmine pink, because it was quite a pinkish coral on that, and a felt green. Now orange and green and pink don't go too well together, so I'm not going to try blending them. I'm going to put one colour on one half and the other colour on the other half, and never the twain shall meet. Now Inktense pencils tend to look a bit blah until you activate them with water, and then the lovely vivid pigments come out. So I'll just show you this one. So this is the carmine pink. Beautiful. It just always makes me feel like I'm using one of those magic painting books that I used to have when I was a kid. You just add water and all these colours appear. There we go. So that's that one. You can see how much more vivid it is once you've activated it with water. So this one was wildlife. That was raspberry and orange. So I've got a crimson and a tangerine. Go. Okay, so with these I think they will blend together nicely. I might blend from left to right this time. So start with my tangerine. I'll just overlap them a bit in the middle so they blend together. Now the actual fabric I pulled for this one was had a pattern. It was a print. But I'm just interested in echoing the colours. There we go. So that's blended the orange into the pink. And if I want to, if I decide I want it brighter, I can, once this is dried, I can go in and add a bit more, but I'm just going to leave it fairly light for now, because I can also use different colours of paint pens on my lettering as well to introduce a bit more colour. So I'm going to go through now and add all of the colour to these, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to activate them. This is going to take me a little while. Okay, so I've coloured all my little pieces and now I'm ready to activate them all with water. I'm going to speed through this. Then hopefully by the time I've done the last one, the first ones will be dry and ready to put the lettering on. They're all coloured and ready to go. Some of them need a bit longer to dry, but these are the first two I did, so they should be dry enough to start writing on now. And I can still make out my penciled words there. So with some of them I will just use my black pen. I've also got my white Posca paint pen handy, and I've got some other pens here. I've got some Pintel ones and some other Poscas. So I'll either go black and white, or I will perhaps occasionally use a bit of a contrast, or just go with colours that coordinate with what I've already got there. Come back and put a drop shadow on that one when it's dry. So I'm just going to keep working through these now and speed through this and play you a bit of music. You can see there I've lost the drawing on some of these where I've gone too dark, which is annoying. I'm going to go through the light ones and I'll have to do the dark ones again. I'll go through and do the ones I can. So there we go, they're coming along, and I hope we're starting to get a picture of the things that are important in my life: eating, gin, books, miniatures, memories, time, wildlife, bees, foraging, slow stitching, dal and rice, spices, warmth, tools. Yeah. So that represents about just over halfway through. Yeah, I think it's coming on nicely, and I can't wait to see how the fabric one turns out as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed watching along with that. I'll probably do another one in a couple of weeks, and then I'll be nearly there. Okay, thanks very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again really soon.